Okay. All right. Says we're streaming, and I'm not going to pay attention to the chat because it's not going to go on very long at all. And I have to be hustling out the door in a few minutes. Well, maybe I'll check here in a few, but here's my point. Um, this is just quicker than recording a video and uploading it. So, this is for my buddy Josh down in Australia. Um, I mentioned to you in the comments back and forth today that I had taken care of my noise issues with a voltage regulator. And I know that that is not the same as a power conditioner. Uh, AKA or e.g., Furman, right? Now, this is what I used. Uh, when I came back to Korea for the second time in '03, and I brought a lot of musical gear with me, including a Fender. What was it? A Fender Vibrolux. That It was a Vibrolux reissue. It was point to point wired. It was noisy AF, and it was 110 volts. Bought it in America, brought it to Korea, and now Korea has these European style plugs, at least in many parts of Europe. It's a two prong plug, two round prongs. I'm not sure what Australia has, but um, the Korean electrical system does not have ground plugs. Okay, there's no grounding plug. The electrical system is not grounded. And when I had a big pedal board with a big noisy, point to point wired tube amp, I just had no end of noise problems. It was terrible. Um, Trying to get these wires out of the way here. It's not that there's anything to look at. Automatic voltage regulator thing is, it will throw your back out if you're not careful. Well, there's my foot. Okay, I'm a size 10 and a half, 10 and a half. There's my foot, right? That's how big it is, and it's deeper than it is wide. Um, so I was in the market for a noise canceling solution, and I could not afford the Furman. I could not afford you know a line. Now I know there's a difference. I know that uh, well, let's look at. Let me just. I don't need this anymore. Um, see what I do here. Ah, okay. And all right. Uh, ask the Brave browser AI. Um, Voltage regulator versus power conditioner. Power conditioners have more bells and whistles. Power conditioners have more. They have different. They have more sophisticated everything, and probably they're better in every way. I'm sure. Um, and certainly, I mean, if you can afford one, then why settle for less? Um, so there it is, right there. But before I typed in this search, it was, can a voltage regulator reduce noise? A voltage regulator cannot completely eliminate noise, but can significantly reduce it. Okay, and then there's some technical, it has some technical things to say. Josh, I think you're actually, it seems like you're pretty good with wiring and electrical work. Maybe this makes sense to you. But all I can tell you is that this thing, I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it was significantly less than a power conditioner. And it solved my problems. And it's also a transformer. So you plug it into we have 220 to 240 here in Korea. So it has a 220 plug, but it also has 110 outlets on the back, American style, 110 grounded prong outlets on the back, and you can actually with a little screwdriver you can adjust the voltage that you want. The needle stays put always, and it solved my noise issues, and it has done so for more than 20 years. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. I can't imagine that Australian power would be messier than Korean power. I would think that you've got grounding there. So then again, you're out in the out in the sticks. So I don't know. Just thought I'd throw it out there for what it's worth. This is not going to be a mixer's log. I'm not actually, haven't made enough progress for that yet, but why not? I'll just play through it real quick. I did tweak my my drum takes last night, and I'm just kind of curious if you have an opinion about something. Now, DJ sent me a link to Arturia plugin, which I've tried once. And it is, I think it is as impressive as DJ said. It's the Arturia, I don't have it loaded right now. The Arturia Tape J37. It emulates a Studer machine that was so prized back in the days. The thing that had over like 50 tubes in it. And it's really quite something. I tried it one time on this mix just to see, and it's really, wow. But I'm still working with Tone Booster's Real Bus. No, DJ, I haven't downloaded. I'm still got the legacy pack. I'm still thinking about. I'm happy with the legacy pack. And is it that much better that I want to deal with little nag screens and stuff? I don't know. So sometimes I just like being content with what I know and what I have. If that makes sense. Anyway, here's my question. You might have noticed, if I did it again, you would notice it. When I fire up Cakewalk into this project, there's some little bit of hiss. Sounds like cassette tape hiss. Except it's constant because real bus is running. On a preset called compact cassette, which I'm just finding recently I like this setting. I love this plugin for reasons that I've gone through. So I'm not going to explain why again. I'm not going to defend it. I love it. And it lately I've been really liking this compact cassette setting because I'm not using a compressor on the 2 bus, and but it does a little bit of compression that I like, kind of mix glue type compression, and it really brings out the kick. It brings out the kick, and after I track a bass part, it's gonna really bring out the bass, and it just has an energy, and it does stuff in meter that I like. But here's my question. So here's meter, and you can see that this red line that it's tracking, that's the tape hiss. That's the tape hiss. And if I open my spectrum analyzer, there's the tape hiss right there. And it's from roughly 6K up to 20K, going from, I don't know, minus 78 to minus 70 odd dB. Is this a problem? Like, I don't know enough to determine whether this is a problem, because I know, as I understand it, aliasing distortion is not a good thing. And if you've got this looks like trebles that are going to be going up past the Nyquist frequency, and they're going to be bouncing and reflecting back down as aliasing distortion. And or do I misunderstand this issue? I don't know. So I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, man. So I'm just curious what you guys to know what you guys think. Anyway, I'm just gonna play through this real quick, and then I've got to go make a nicotine run. Yeah. Yep. That's one of those things that when I get cravings that I can't indulge, a little bit of nicotine goes a long way for me. So the missus gave me some money today, and I need to go to the shop. Okay, so anyways, here it is. I'll run meter because I haven't looked at it yet. So here it is. The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. Remembering games, daisy chains and laughs. Gotta keep the loonies on the path. like to see more of these green peaks. That means more darkness, more dark, which I can get with real bus, but for some reason that setting it just has such a good balance of power, punch, and I don't know. Anyway, I didn't check the. I didn't check the. Oh, okay. Nobody's even. Nobody's even peeked in here. So that's about par for the course. Okay, that's it. I'm out the dough. Josh, um, let me know what you think. Over and out. Wait a minute. I always say over and out when I'm not ready to do it. Okay, there we go. In stream. Over and out.